We've all noticed that Jazz's stress levels have increased.
What are the donations for?
She's transgender and we're trying to raise money for her hormones.
Do you call that a good cause?
It's July 2015, and a new show called I Am Jazz lights up TLC screens.
What's the joke?
It's, what did the acorn say to the squirrel?
Gee, I'm a tree.
Jazz Jennings is the 14-year-old star of the show. Born male, she is always identified as a girl.
Before Jazz was named Jazz, Jazz was named Jaren. That was Jazz's birth name.
My four sub, my four men. Look at my four men.
What starts as a simple story about a teen's life quickly becomes way more significant. Within months, people are arguing about the show. Some even said it's wrong and shouldn't be on TV. And then there's Jazz's book for kids, also called I Am Jazz, which got banned in some places because people think it's not okay for some kids to read. Pretty soon, the show becomes a battleground with protests, threats, and even legal fights. This isn't just a TV show, it's a story that shakes up the world.
They took me to the doctor when I was 3 years old, and she held up two dolls. One doll was a girl and had girl parts, and one doll was a boy and had boy parts. And she said, "Which do you have right now?" And I pointed to the boy doll. And then she said, "Which do you want?" And I pointed to the girl doll.
I Am Jazz isn't just a reality show about a teenager. It's a bold attempt to show what it's like to be transgender, but it also stirs up a lot of trouble.
I'll never forget one day I was at the computer and Jazz came up to me and she said, "Mom, when is the good fairy gonna come with her magic wand and change my penis into a vagina?"
Some people love it because it teaches about being different and helps transgender kids feel seen. Others hate it, saying it's confusing for kids or even harmful. The show's book, meant to help young readers understand transgender people, gets banned in schools and libraries, making the fight even bigger.
Wasn't Jazz the cutest little thing? Wasn't she?
Now you've grown
Your
up
hair
into
was growing
a
out.
nice,
She had the
blossoming
biggest head.
big girl now.
I used to call you Dimple Baby because you have those cute little dimples.
I won.
They're still there.
Behind the scenes, there are questions about whether the show is using Jazz's personal struggles, like her feelings and health, to get more viewers.
Jazz, I don't know where the yardstick is. Oh, the cat has a lizard.
No. Kitty, what are you doing? Let go.
This story uncovers how a TV show about one girl became a huge argument about what we should teach kids and how we treat transgender people. But why does I Am Jazz actually matter? It's because it's one of the first shows to put a transgender teenager on TV for everybody to see.
So tell me what's going on in your life. What's the social scene these days?
Not much. I told you about bowling, right?
Not really.
Well, basically, a few of my friends are coming that you already know, and then we're also trying to invite some boys.
It tried to show that transgender people are just like anyone else, but it also makes some people incredibly angry. The fights over the show and the book show how hard it is to talk about being transgender, especially when it involves kids. Jazz's story led to banned books, scary threats, and big questions about whether reality TV is fair to its stars. The show didn't just entertain, it started a war of ideas that's still going on today. Jazz was born on October 6, 2000 in South Florida. When she was only 2 years old, she told her parents, Jeanette and Greg, that she felt like a girl, not a boy.
My four sub, my four men. Look at my four men.
At first, her parents were confused, but a doctor explained that Jazz was transgender. By age 5, she was living as a girl, wearing dresses and growing her hair long. In 2007, at just 6 years old, she appeared on 2020 with Barbara Walters, becoming one of the youngest to share such a story on TV. And the rest, as they say, is history.
There were days when I was just crying and sad, and I remember very well. It's very raw. I did force her to go to school dressed like a boy. I was not allowed to by the school, and I wasn't quite ready when she was 3 to let her just dress as a girl to school all the time.
In 2011, a documentary called I Am Jazz, A Family in Transition, aired on the Oprah Winfrey Network, showing more of her life.
I would say that I have a girl brain and boy body, and I think like a girl, but I just have a boy body, and is different than you.
Then, in 2015, TLC launched I Am Jazz, a reality show about Jazz as she started high school.
What?
Some boys.
You, boys? Whose idea is it to have boys? Not yours, right?
No,
I think it would make her feel extra special if somebody showed an interest in
The
her.
show was supposed to show her everyday life in school, friends, family, but it also showcased the special challenges of being transgender, like dealing with bullies or making big medical
I'm
choices.
really excited you're down here. I know we've been anticipating this for like,
Forever.
it hasn't been that long, but
Feels like forever.
we're here. You're in my room right now. Isn't that exciting?
You could say that. A lot of she didn't acknowledge you for who you were, so it was still like she would say he. And
But when I Am Jazz started, many people thought it was a great show. It showed Jazz living her life as a transgender girl, doing normal things like going to school and playing soccer, but also facing unique problems, like people not understanding her.
Because all your siblings met people living in the house. All right, well, come on, I'm looking for a good reason here.
But I have a mom.
Okay, well, there you go.
For transgender kids and their families, Jazz was a hero. She showed them that they weren't alone and that they could be themselves. Her family, including her parents, older sister Ari, and twin brothers Sander and Griffin, supported her, which made viewers feel hopeful.
There it is. She finally admitted what was always there, but she never said it. She wants to love somebody with the body she loves.
Jazz also started the Trans Kid Purple Rainbow Foundation with her parents to help other transgender kids. She wrote a children's book called I Am Jazz to explain being transgender in a simple way. The book said things like, I have a girl brain but a boy body, which helped kids and parents both understand. Many said the show and book were like a bright light, showing that it's okay to be different.
Honestly, I think it could be easier for me to date after the surgery. I think more people are gonna be open to dating me, especially if they're attracted to a girl who has a vagina rather than a penis. Sorry that I cursed at you.
But not everybody liked I Am Jazz. Some people thought it was wrong to show a transgender teenager on TV. They said it was confusing for kids or went against their beliefs. Some parents and groups didn't even want their children to see the show or read Jazz's book.
But
I don't think Jazz is confused as to why it didn't work out. I think Jazz knows exactly why it didn't work out. An effort was not made.
Honestly, I think I've just been waiting a little bit to put myself out there. I feel like after the surgery, my life's gonna change a lot more and I'm gonna wanna do different things and try new things, so.
Definitely.
The book became a big problem. In 2015, it was put on the American Library Association's list of the most challenged books. That means people tried to stop it from being in schools and libraries. They said it was too grown up for kids or that it taught ideas that they didn't agree with.
We actually hung out multiple times. She made me feel like I was interesting and fun to be around, and I felt the same way about her. I just want to know if she's still interested in me.
In Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, a school planned to read I Am Jazz to support a transgender student, but a group called the Liberty Council said they would sue the school. They said the book was pushing ideas that parents didn't want their kids to hear. In Palm Beach County, Florida, where Jazz lives, the book was banned from some schools and libraries. These fights made the book and show even more famous, but they also showed how much people disagreed about transgender issues.
I don't really know how I feel about joining Jazz on this date. Am I a third wheel? Is Jazz into Victoria? I don't really know.
However, the banning of I Am Jazz, the book, became a huge deal. It wasn't just one school or library, it happened in a lot of places. The book was on the American Library Association's list of top challenge books consecutively in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2019. People who wanted it banned said it was about a topic too hard for kids to understand. And surprisingly, some even called it politically charged or said it went against their values.
I always kind of like people who can look past your physical anatomy and just see you for who you are as a person. That's why I respected you for like giving me a chance at dating me, because you didn't care about that. You just were like, you're Jazz and I want to get to know you as a person.
But others fought back, saying banning the book was wrong. They said it stopped kids from learning about people who are different. Jessica Herthel, who helped Jazz write the book, said many people who criticized it never even read it. But still, when someone tries to read the book to understand what was inside, things would backfire. For example, in some places like Rockland, California, parents got upset when a teacher read the book to a kindergarten class. They even ended up saying that they should have been told first, but the school said the book was okay and didn't break any rules. These fights showed how hard it is to agree on what kids should learn about gender.
Have you been dating anyone else?
Yes, I have a girlfriend.
As I Am Jazz went on, the show started showing other parts of Jazz's life. In later seasons, Jazz was seen having some friends who have the same mindset as she does.
Go. 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 You just look a little like this.
She was even seen helping them face transgender issues by going through surgery.
Hello. I invited Noelle to this store so that I could pitch the idea of the drag show fundraiser to her. I want her to be able to move forward with the surgery because I know how transformative it is because I just experienced it for myself.
Being trans couldn't stop her from pursuing her dream, as was seen when she went to Harvard University, which was her dream.
Even though I was already accepted to Harvard via email, it is pretty surreal. Oh my God. Opening the packet, I could just feel my parents' excitement. Welcome to the class of 2023. Nice.
But things didn't improve a lot for her as she was seen being insecure about her life. Not only that, she also had problems with her weight and her feelings.
We've all noticed that Jazz's stress levels have increased.
I feel like all eyes are on me.
Your anxiety is the most I've ever seen it.
She is visibly upset, sometimes even crying.
In season 7, which aired in 2021, Jazz talked about gaining almost 160 pounds because she was eating too much when she felt sad. She said her family sometimes made her feel bad about her weight, which also hurt.
I need to talk to everyone.
The show also showed Jazz even getting mean messages online, including death threats.
It's really sad when trans youth are not in a comfortable and safe environment, and a lot of them haven't met or heard from another transgender person before. So it's really great that we have the opportunity to do this, and we're just gonna try to help them as much as possible.
And this happened frequently. One time while she was at Harvard, somebody sent a threat that scared her and her mom, Jeanette.
Yeah, I want to say I think this is basically just one big load of crap. Y'all are just trying to get attention. I mean, we all have problems. Just, cut the crap. Man up. Of course you're going to be getting bullied. You guys are just freaks.
This made people watching the show worried that it was using Jazz's problems to get more viewers. They thought it wasn't fair to show such personal things on TV. People on the internet were seen talking about the issue, with one stating, TLC is making money from a ruined child's life, is also child abuse. This also impacted TLC's image as they were being accused of using someone's personal life just to generate extra revenue. As a result, the show didn't receive much positive response on the internet, with a rating of just 4.4, which is low. Even though the show was a wake-up call for people around the world, teaching them how to treat a transgender person in real life, it still impacted Jazz's life badly, as she had to face various ongoing issues just for appearing on the show. Others said Jazz was brave for being so open, but it still made some people doubt if the show was helping her or hurting her.
This is pretty personal, but since we want to try to be as educational as possible, I'll say for me, I have been going on a few consultations now, and it's been really, really exciting. I've wanted this my whole life, so it's really cool to just finally embark upon this journey.
And things reached their peak when she had her surgery.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Jazz, nice to meet you.
So I am your transgender anesthesia.
Even though she had finally transformed herself into a woman by going through the process, things didn't seem to be changing for her, as she wasn't accepted by the people around her, including her own boyfriend's mom.
Let me tell you this, just in case you don't understand, and maybe Jazz can tell you, that if you're with somebody, whether they change their appearance or they live a different way, she was still born the same way you were born. And if that is the case, then yes, you are gay.
Even though I Am Jazz isn't on TV anymore, it still gets people talking. On TikTok and other social media, clips from the show go viral. Some people share them to say how brave Jazz is, while others use them to make fun of her or the show.
Regrets early gender transitioning. I don't know where people are coming up with this idea that I regret my early gender transitioning. I have no regrets whatsoever. I am an out and proud woman. I love being me. I love my body. I love everything about being a woman. And that's just
The
who
book,
I am.
Jazz, is still a hot topic too. With more schools banning books about transgender people, Jazz's book keeps coming up in arguments. Some see it as a way to teach kids to be kind, while others say it shouldn't be in schools at all. Jazz herself keeps speaking out, using her voice to help transgender kids and to fight for their rights. Even with all the fighting, she doesn't give up.
What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay.
I Am Jazz not only showed the world what it's like to be a transgender teen, but it also showed how hard it is to talk about these things. The show and the book tried to teach people to accept others, but they made some people really angry. The fights over banning the book and the questions about whether the show was fair to Jazz show how divided people are about transgender issues.
I am a woman. And my biology, yes, you could always say that my chromosomes are male. However, my brain, my mind, my soul, that is all female, that is all woman. And that doesn't make Amir gay because he's not attracted to men, he's attracted to women, and I am a woman. And even if he was gay, fine, call him gay.
Jazz Jennings became a hero to many, but she also faced hate and a ton of threats. Her story is both a win for those who want more understanding and a reminder of how much work is still needed.
Aware of the ignorance and bigotry that surrounds transgender people, but to hear it right from her mouth is upsetting. It's really hard for me to bite my tongue during the call. Inside, my blood is boiling.
I Am Jazz isn't just a TV show. It's a mirror reflecting how we treat people who are different. And it's a story that's going to keep us thinking for years to come. Love the exploration? There's more. Check out our channel for more reality TV show deep dives that uncover hidden truths that you don't see every day.